Hello, this is Reddithin, and welcome to the finale of our NPL Minors run for this season. So let me say, I'm sorry that we've had like a lack of uploads of this. So this is going to be week 8, 9, and 10. The issue with getting 9 and 10 out on time is that they were both very late due to various reasons on like both sides and everything. So those were just kind of just couldn't really get those battles done on time, really. So yeah, so those were going to be together anyway. Week 8, of course, we had the whole stuff of the replays and everything, and I was just that was more so on me as well. I just couldn't get it out on time, but we're doing it now. So pretty much, let me set the stage here. So pretty much I was ahead for promotion, and my goal here in these last 3 games is I had to win at least 2. 2 was the magic number. If I won 2, then I was automatically promoted. So 2 of the last 3. So yeah, that was kind of my task here. If I do that, then I'm good for majors. So yeah, let's just see how that plays out. We played Danicki week 8, Tone week 9, and then Yost for week 10. So yeah, I was gonna see how those play out. I don't really have too much time right now to record this, so I'm just going to post my team pace in the description. So check those out there, and of course I'm gonna have like my matchups on the side and everything, so you'll have that. So yeah, so let's just get right into it. As leading off, he's going to lead off with his Nidoqueen. I'm going to lead off with my Rotom. I really had no reason not to lead off with Rotom. The only real threat to Rotom on his team is the Kyurem Black, and even then I am Spadef, I believe. So yeah, I didn't really expect him to lead off with it, so I just figured Nidoqueen was the safest bet, or Nidoqueen or the Greninja. Both of those are his hazard setters, so both of those get scared out by Rotom. So yeah, so I'm Spadef. I'm gonna take any of the things. I'm gonna go for the Hydro Pump. Gonna do a ton of damage as he sets up his rocks, and I'm actually just going to take out the Nidoqueen. So the Nidoqueen's gone turn 1, which is really good because Nidoqueen's kind of a spooky mon. So speaking of spooky mons, he's going to go into his Kyurem Black, and I'm just going to have to take that Earth Power. Like I said, I'm Spadef, so I take it fine. I'm just going to Pain Split, actually. But he gets the drop, which is really unfortunate because now I have to actually hard switch there. If he didn't get the drop, then I could have just Volt Switched out and been still at like above 50, but no. So I'm actually going to go into my Shaman as he goes for the Blizzard and knocks me out. So yeah, I have to say that was just a really unfortunate turn. The drop really hurt me. The fact that he predicted that one for Blizzard, good play on his part, but it's kind of dumb that he hit that. You're not gonna lie, because I sure would not have hit it, but it's whatever. I know it's not choice or anything at this point. So I was going to go into my Klefki and set up spikes. I thought he was going to actually predict the Magnet Rise, which is why I went out there, but he didn't, and he stayed in and just went for the Earth Power. So I guess that's fine. So I'm actually just going to go for the Magnet Rise this time, as he does not predict it. And yeah, so off to clearly a great start here. I was going to give him another layer of spikes as he just stays in and goes for the HP Fire. And I'm really surprised actually that he stays in, because I really just could have gone for like the T-Wave or crippled this thing, or gone for like the Play Rough or something, but he just stays in. So I just get my 3rd layer of spikes up as Klefki's going to go down. So the spikes are going to be crucial in this game because it keeps this thing from coming in literally every time. So he's going to go to his Mimikyu this time, and he's going to just, as he predicts, the close combat. I really should have just gone for the Zen Headbutt there, because there's really like no way he was going to stay in, but whatever. So here I actually do have to go into my Rotom as he goes for the Play Rough. It takes me down a lot, and I'm actually going to go for the Will-O-Wisp here because I don't want this thing doing anything, as he actually sets up the sub. So that was really bad for me. I should have just gone for the Volt Switch there. I knew he could have had sub, but I didn't expect. I really did not like expect it there. So I'm kind of in a lot of trouble here. So I have to Volt Switch out into my Crobat and hope that I can flinch this thing down or something, as I do go for the Air Slash, I do break its Disguise, so, and I get the flinch. So doing great so far. Nasty Bat is pulling through as we go for it again, and he gets flinched again. So here I just kind of got to flinch one more time, and I do. So yeah, a lot of return hacks there for sure, as I do could take this Mimikyu out. I think he should have just gone for the Shadow Sneak every time there, but no, he just wants to go for the play rough, get as much damage as possible, but but Crobat was having none of that. So he's going to go into his Celesteela here as I do Heat Wave, as he's going to Autotomize. And here I'm like, oh, well, this is, I lose here. So you just get the Beast Boost. As I go into my Marowak, and I have to just hope I can take an Air Slash, but I do not. And that was actually a roll in his favor. So this is just like really the hacksiest game right now. Like, I think I had like, oh, well, I think it was like 13% chance to die there, something like that. I don't know. But now I go to the Rotom, and I fully expected him to have the Energy Ball, but he doesn't. So, yeah, I should have gone to the Rotom to begin with there, I guess. But I don't know. So, Volt Switch and take the Celesteela out. And here is pretty much just where I lose, because the Scizor does die to the Fire Punch, but he does weaken me with the Bullet Punch there. So I do take that out, which is nice. However, the Greninja is just able to take me out with a Dark Pulse. And yeah, had this Greninja not been Specs, I actually would have just won there, as long as he didn't flinch me. But yeah, he was Specs Greninja, so yep, that's how that game went. So pretty much now we're forced to win our last 2 games because we couldn't win this one. So yeah, this was just this just like wasn't a good game. Like, no offense to Dan, I'm not like knocking the way he played. It's just all the hacks and like just the shenanigans and everything. I just did not like how this game went. Obviously I lost, so of course I'm not gonna like how it went, but it just was kind of a sloppy game. And yeah, it's really all I can say about it. I was not a fan of this game. Even if, like, you know, there are times when you lose and you're like, oh well, I mean, it was a good game and everything. Like, I just don't think this was a really good game at all. But you know, that's Pokemon. Sometimes these games like these happen. So anyway, moving on. We're gonna go against Tone now. So yeah, so pretty much we had to beat Tone and Yost here in order we want to be promoted. So yeah, so let's just go right into the battle. Like I said, teams are in the description. You can check that out and everything. So leading off, he's going to lead off with Excadrill, as I'm going to lead off with my Crobat. I'm going to lead off with the Crobat just because this thing can taunt. Like, he leads with the Scolipede, I can taunt so he can't taunt pass. If he leads with the Clefable, I can taunt it so it can't set up rocks or like Calm Minds or anything. And even with the Excadrill, I can still taunt that as well. But I'm actually just going to go for the Super Fang here, because I didn't know what this thing was going to do, and I just wanted damage on this thing because no, damage is pretty nice, but really anything he wanted to switch into is going to take like half HP. So yeah, he does reveal that he is Iron Head and no leftovers. So I'm thinking this thing could be Scarfed because he might not have prepped to outspeed Crobat or something. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to go into my Dredigion, because that does a ton of damage, kind of to me, but I do a lot of damage back with the Rocky Helmet. So yeah, that's why I switched in there. So yeah, it's not funny how that works. So I'm going to set up the Stealth Rock as he goes into his Vaporeon. I switch out into my Shaman as he's just going to Wish Up. And I do just go for the Psychic here, actually, as I take out that Scolipede. So a huge turn right there. And pretty much my reasoning behind that is that I knew this thing wasn't going to stay in. Like, there is no way. Even if he did, like, he can't really do anything back to me. Even if he has Ice Beam, I do have Synthesis, and it's not even going to do half. So it was a really safe play. If you go to the Entei, it takes some damage. It goes to the... he wasn't going to Zarkatry. No way. He wasn't going to... if you go into Clefable, I can just, like, wear it down with Seed Flare. And even if he went to Excadrill, he would have taken that and, like, gotten back up to HP. But I'm really not that afraid of Excadrill. So, yeah, I just knew that if I was able to kill this Scolipede, then this game looks so much better for me. So I figured it was just worth a risk. Just go for it. If he does switch into Scolipede, then it pays off immensely, and he does. So yeah, really huge turn for me. As he goes into his Entei, as I don't want anything to do with this thing, so I'm just going to go back into my Dredigion as I tank that Sacred Fire. No burn, thankfully. As he just phased into Toxic, actually, and I do go for the Earthquake. So takes 35% from that, but... and I am Toxic, but the good thing about that is I can't get burned anymore. As he does crit me with the Stone Edge, but I do get the high roll and the Earthquake, so it's all good. So yeah, he's gonna go into his Vaporeon now, as I don't want anything to do with this, so I'm just going to Shaman. As he does predict that, go for the Ice Beam. And like I said, Shaman just eats that 41%. So yeah, I do believe I just go for the Seed Flare. And this Xurkitree actually lives, but it does reveal it is the Citrus Berry. So so this thing's not Scarf, so I can just easily take this thing out with a Psychic, and that's exactly what I do. So Xurkitree down. Shaman just going ham right now. Offensive Shaman is amazing. As I'm going to go for the Seed Flower again here, and that does a ton to the Clefable as well. That's over half. Like, Life Orb Shaman is just so powerful. I love it. And thankfully for me, I do get the Spadef drop. So even if he sets up a Calm Mind, there's no way for him to be able to live the next one. As he goes for the Soft Boiled, and yeah, he's forced to switch here. So I'm actually just going to go for the Synthesis here, I believe. Yeah, I do get the Synthesis, predicting the switch. So I should do a switch out here because I predict this thing could still be Scarfed, and I think it is, as he does get the damage on the Dreadigen. But I'm just free to go into Landorus, and I'm going to set up... no, I'm just going to click on Earthquake. I didn't know how much Iron Head would do exactly, so I just kind of decided to set up the Earthquake. I definitely, after seeing that damage, I probably definitely could have set up my Double Dance there and just won from there, but I didn't want to risk anything, especially if that, yeah, no, I didn't want to risk anything at that point. So that's going to go down. He's going to go into his Vaporeon, and I know that my Supersonic Skystrike is not going to kill, so I should just go into Shaman. I know I can take the Ice Beam fine. Even if it freezes me, I have Natural Cure. So I just set up Synthesis, or just go for Synthesis here. I just want to get it back to as much HP as possible. As I do go for the Seed Flare here finally, as it just OHKOs the Vaporeon. So yeah, Shaman is continuing just to go ham here, as you do get another drop here, but it doesn't matter, because this thing is just going to die anyway. As I go into my Gallade, and I'm just going to come in and click Poison Jab, and the Clefable goes down, and we win a 4-0 victory against Tone. So yeah, like I said, we had to win these last 2 games in order to be promoted. Here's one. And unlike last game, I just really liked how I played this game. I like how it went. No really hacks or anything. Of course, the Seed Flare drop was unfortunate for him, but I don't think it mattered really too much in the end of the day. But yeah, I'm just kind of Shaman doing work, me making the right plays, just kind of back to like what I know I'm capable of. And yeah, so anyway, let's go on to our final game against Yost. So here's the big challenge. Of course, Yost took over Jar's team like more than halfway through the season. Best team in the league that was undefeated. And this is overall just like a really scary team, and Yost is a really good battler. So I was really afraid coming in. The only thing that was really working on my side was the fact that he couldn't be promoted just because of how like the rules work. So he wasn't really playing for anything here. So that was at least good for me, but yeah, still scary nonetheless. So yeah, I prepped a long time for him, and so pretty much, like I said, if we win, then I get promoted. So let's see how it went down. So leading off, he's going to go into Heatran. I lead off with my Dreadigen. I knew that like Dreadigen could literally live a hit on like everything of his team. The only thing that I was kind of afraid of was the Roserade. Like offensive Roserade could be scary, but even still, Venomoth switches into that like at least once. So yeah, I didn't think he was gonna lead with that anyway. Even if he did, oh well. But he does lead off the Heatran as we do exchange rocks turn 1. This looks toxic here. Sorry, I don't have the Earthquake. I'm just gonna go for the Dragon Tail, as he switches into the worst possible thing he could have brought in the Roserade. So I actually do just stay in here as he crits me with Sludge Bomb, and I'm gonna get a nice amount of damage with Dragon Tail there. So it was I really didn't like that he got that Roserade there in so early, but I did able to get a really good amount of damage on that thing. So it all works out. So his Heatran, I'm just gonna let him take me out. So Dreadigen did its job. He has no way to, well, he does have the Donphan, but that's really his only way to remove stuff at this point, and Donphan doesn't really like my team that much, so I figured it was kind of just time to let Dreadigen go down there. So I'm just going to go for close combat. Heatran's going to drop. I knew he could have been Chople there, which was a threat, but it was either he was Shuka or he was Chople. I kind of just had to predict there, and I figured that it was most likely going to be Shuka or something else. Wait, actually, was he Leftovers? Am I dumb? This battle was a while ago. No, it wasn't. Okay. Well done. Yeah, so, yeah, he's just going to go down there. So, good for me. So, he's going to go into his Dawn fan now. I'm just going to go into my Shaman here as he doesn't go for the Rapid Spin. So, it makes me think he doesn't have the Rapid Spin here. So, that's good to know. As I do go for the Psychic here and I take out the Rosraid. And, like, would you look at that? Me, like, twice. Two games in a row. Me making a Psychic prediction with Shaman, taking out a Poison type. So, look at that. But yeah, there was really like no reason for me not to do that. He saw his Life Orb. He don't think he would stay in with his Dawn fan. Milotic and Tyranitar are not switches. His only real switch-ins to a grass move were Roserade and Thunderous, and both took more from Psychic than he did from Seed Flare. So it was just a safe play, even if not, unless this thing had Gunk Shot, which I thought was really, really unlikely. Then he wouldn't be able to take me out anyway. So, and I just get Psychic damage off. So, yeah, I figured that was just a really safe play overall. So, yeah, Roserade's going to go down, which is really good because that thing is a threat to me. So he's going to go to his Thunderous here, and I'm going to switch into my Venomoth, predicting either the HP Ice or the Sludge Wave, as he does go for the Sludge Wave. However, I just go down for the T-Bolt because that thing outspeeds, and Venomoth is kind of garbage. So, but I do get some Life Orb damage off, which is really good. As I go into my Weavile here, and I'm actually able to... No, I don't even know if I have Pursuit in this thing. I don't think I do. I don't know why I said that. But I do knock off this Tyranitar's item that doesn't have, and because it's a Mega, of course. Just go for the Low Kick and take it out. I'm sorry. So, Tyranitar goes down. He's going to go to his Dawn fan here, and I'm free to just Icicle Crash. It takes a ton from that as he takes me off the Earthquake. I figured just let... Weavile go down at that point, get as much damage as I can on this Dawn fan, because then I can just come in with Gallade and do my thing, because he does really have the Ice Shard, which I figure he could have. So yeah, he's going to go into his Milotic now, and really my only play here was just to set up SD. He couldn't kill me. The only bad thing that happened here is if he burns me, and at this point I kind of just had to go for the risk, because I mean, I could just come in with Shaman after if he does burn me, but if I don't, then he's just able to, like, pretty much stall me out, and I did not want that. So I had to go for the SD here. He goes for the Ice Beam, so he does not have the Scald, it seems, so really, really good for me here. So I'm at +2, and so this thing is just going to drop, so I'm going to let it go down. And here is the Thunderous, and I don't have priority, but he takes me out the Dark Pulse. However, I am Scarflandrous, so I'm just going to take it out with the HP Ice, and we are in NPL Majors, so whoa, just what an end of the season, I must say. Yeah, Tynamos in Majors now, with this a huge win against Yost. Really, you just gotta say, just really cool. I did not think I was going to be a Majors coach, probably even like 6 months ago, but here we are, getting promoted, and yeah, so I just want to thank everyone in the NPL, thank Joel and Trev for giving me the opportunity, and I'm really glad I was able to prove my worth here, because I was actually the first replacement to come in. So yeah, thank you to David for drafting this team. It was really good, and thank you, especially you who were watching, for watching me and kind of just being here this whole time and seeing this journey. And yeah, I just can't wait for what's next. So yeah, we got PPL D2 coming up, and we have NPL Majors coming up. So really exciting times. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry this video was kind of like rushed a bit, but like I said, all the teams are in the description and everything, so check that out. You can see like all the nice stuff I brought. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.